All right, we've rolled down our E10, and now it's time to broadcast our quartz aggregate. Oftentimes, I'll have contractors ask, what does a typical crew size consist of? And it really depends on their skill level and, of course, the square footage. Generally, on a project that's, say, 2,000 square feet or less, you could probably get by with roughly 4, maybe 5 guys. Think about it. One person is doing nothing but mixing. And of course, then you'll have a second person that has to deliver the epoxy to the guys applying it. Then you'll have one person perhaps squeegeing and back rolling, and then another person doing this, which is the broadcast. So I would say areas that are 2,000 square feet, minimum of 4 to 5 people. Anything larger than that, of course, you're going to need a lot more people. All right, we've just completed our second and final broadcast for our quartz broadcast aggregate system. 8 to 10 hours later or the next day, we'll follow the same procedure that we just showed you on the first application broadcast, and that is to come back, sweep, scrape, and vacuum that up, and then at that time we'll talk to you about our top coat or our clear coat options. We're on our quartz broadcast here, and we're getting ready to put our final application, our top coat of P72. What we started off by doing is just sweeping this just to get the residual quartz aggregate that was on the surface. It's not a bad idea to come in and give it a light scrape. And then something that's really important is to make sure we get that vacuumed up. So we're going to vacuum this up, and then we'll talk about mixing the P72. All right. Okay, so at this phase we're ready to go. I have Brian off delinting the roller right now. So we'll get that roller going, and we'll talk about the mixing of this. Remember, P72 is a 1-to-1 mix. It's a high-performance polyaspartic clear coat, and you want to mix for 3 minutes. Once you have it mixed up, it is really important that you get it down quickly. A couple of other observations is, thanks Brian, we've already delinted the rollers I've just mentioned, and so you just don't want lint to end up on the floor. Now, we talked about it on the Lumiere video. What's really crucial when you're doing this polyaspartic on a large job is I'll probably have about 4 of these roller frames and new roller covers ready to go, lined up. Because from the moment we start applying our P72, you know, maybe you're into a project an hour, you're still rolling. And so this first batch will start to set up on the roller cover, and it could actually start to lift the coating off the floor. It wants to pull from the surface. So make sure you're continually cleaning your roller covers, meaning starting with brand new roller covers, roughly every 15, no more than 20 minutes, so you can prevent that from happening. All right, we're going to make a small batch, so we're using this style of mixing paddle. In this case, we have our part A. We're going to mix our part B. We're going to mix for 3 minutes. You want to mix at a medium mixing speed. If I go full speed, sometimes that can entrap air into the mix. So just a medium speed on your variable speed drill here. All right, here we are. We're going to apply our P72, again, we've got our delinted 3/8 snap roller. We're simply going to dip and roll here. We're going to get the material onto the surface, and then we're going to back roll. This is the key to a very durable system, is this top coat. The Polyaspartics are very abrasion and scratch resistant. UV stable, it's good chemical resistance as well. So I'm just going to get it laid out on the floor here. You don't want to dry roll this. You want to get a decent build of material on there. What I mean by dry roll is just keep going like this where you're not getting enough of the material down. So make sure you're saturating all of the aggregate. And then I'll come back with my back roll. Make sure we get all these edges. Now I'll come back with my back roll this way. Up, the lighting, I missed some spots right there. And then our back roll. On a large project, say a commercial kitchen, for example, obviously you're going to not just be rolling like this. You're going to be flat squeegeing the material on and then back rolling. You get it down much quicker. You get it out of the bucket quicker, and you get a nice build of material as opposed to just rolling it on like we're doing on this small sample. Now, the fact that we're just rolling, we're going to get almost a light texture to this material, because although it'll be a uniform film, it's not quite as thick as another product. Say, for example, if you wanted to have a smooth surface where you didn't have any texture to it at all, you would consider using the P90, which is the Polyaspartic with a higher solids than the P72. All right, I'm just going to back roll that last panel, and we'll call this one good. Every project has its own unique qualities. For this reason, that's why it's important to consult your Duraamen representative for project-specific questions. Now, you may have questions on mix ratios, which is certainly listed on their website, or other project concerns such as moisture. Now, the industry standard is 3 pounds of moisture vapor transmission in 1,000 square feet in a 24-hour window. Now, Duraamen has a complete line of moisture-related products. For example, Purdue MVT will take 8-pound readings, and it'll cover up to 8 pounds in 1,000 square feet in 24 hours. Purdue MVT Plus will get you 18 to 20 pounds of moisture vapor transmission and bring it down to within acceptable tolerances. And also a great system to consider is Purdue UMC, which is the urethane modified concrete, which is good up to 18 to 20 pounds of moisture vapor transmission.